Oh, wow. Well, I'm really washed out here. Let me adjust this. There we go. Should have done this before, but I rushed into this from work meeting. We'll see. We'll see if this even runs. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Boomer Tester. It's been a little while since I've streamed. I got some really good advice from another content creator on a YouTube video, and it just got me thinking about intentionality and about audience and stuff like that. So I just took some time off, spent some time with my kids and my family, and did some brainstorming. So I want to come back to streaming with more intentionality and more of a plan and content creation in general, because I had a YouTube video. I think there's super latency on my camera, but I had a YouTube video I was working on for AI assisted code reviews. And what I did is I just took a live stream, a VOD, and I edited it. It just, yeah, I got some good advice about it and ended up not going live with it. And I'm probably just going to reshoot it as a proper video and see where that goes. Actually writing a script and stuff like that. And again, I'm sorry for the latency. I'm not sure if I can do anything about it. I'm running a lot of things right now. Let's just go to the main scene. We got no chatters. Yeah. But yeah, I'm running a lot of stuff. I'm running a VM right now and everything else. I think I need a capture card. It looks like my camera got shrunk. I don't know. This is what happens when you take a break and then you just come back and assume your OBS is going to be good, and then everything's just jacked. Let me see if I can fix my camera though. I bet you if I change formats from one to the other, this almost always fixes it. It's just changing the video formats. I don't understand why. Linux. Linux. But anyways, today what we're going to be doing, because I got it to work, is we're going to be doing a demo of testers.ai. So first we should talk about the founder and CEO of testers.ai. That's Jason Arbon. He's an acquaintance. We chat on DMs. We've kind of had a little bit of back and forth in comments. Jason has worked in testing at Google and Microsoft, probably the most notable places to anyone. And is one of the leading voices in AI, machine learning, and testing. I really don't know a whole lot of other people talking about its application specifically for testers. Jason's really the one that's probably the most vocal. I just realized I blew out a candle and didn't want it burning, and I just somehow threw wax everywhere. I don't know how I did it. I'm going to check my stuff. I'm so distracted today. Again, this is what happens, I think, when you take a break and you come back. Like, who knows where the wax is now? There's wax like on my sleeve. Anyways, yeah, Jason is the founder and CEO of testers.ai. So what you might be saying, what are you talking about? What's testers.ai? So testers.ai is you could call it it's really an app. I know they have some hosting services, but you can self-host. I guess if you could call it a platform. I don't know. Jason just needs to say what it is. But essentially, it's an executable that you can run that launches some AI testing assistants, and they crawl a web app that you give it access to, and then it comes back and gives you it's kind of like a check or a test. It's going to look for defects. It's going to generate test cases for you for that page, help you find problems, and I believe, if I remember when I tried it the first time, it will also generate automated tests for you. So again, you can run this yourself, which we're going to do today, or they have full service, which I don't know anything about, but you can reach out to Jason and his team at testers.ai, the testers.ai on your web browser, and shoot them some questions or dig around on the page here. The page is just, I really like this web page from a design standpoint. I'm just to be honest, I really like it. But you can ask questions about the full service testing. I'm just going to run this locally. I will say I'm on Pop OS, which is a Ubuntu fork, and I had problems getting this to run. But this is fairly new. So I had to run a VM with the supported version of Ubuntu to try this out. So caveat here, things could still go sideways. We'll see. I hope not. I hope things go swimmingly again, like it did when I demoed it. Actually, when I tested it earlier. I tested the testing tool. So yeah, this is the page. You can go check it out. You can download this yourself. I believe you're going to have to fill out a Google form here. And you can see, you can email me. I don't care. But you're going to have to fill out that Google form. So like anything, understandably, testers.ai, Jason and folks there are going to want to collect leads. Everything's about collecting leads. This is actually why I started doing these live streams for testing is I felt like most of the people, what's up, Frightful? How you doing today? I felt like most people doing this in my field in software testing were always doing webinars. And the reason they do webinars are for the very purpose. You sign up, it's for collecting leads. I'm just gonna put it out there. I cannot say for a while because I'm playing Half-Life and got only like 60 minutes of the ad break. Oh, that's cool. I appreciate you stopping by and saying hi, though. Hope you're doing well today. I thought I saw you were streaming when I hopped on. But I'm trying to get back on the schedule myself. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, after taking a little break and thinking about intentionality and stuff. And plus, I just went on vacation for a week too. But yeah, back to that. The reason people do, especially in software testing, do webinars is to collect your information so they have a lead. They're trying to collect leads. Where if you do something like this, there's really no way for me to collect a lead right now. There might be ways I could think of, right? Like have you sign up for something or whatever. But the idea here is that you can come on here anonymously and interact, ask questions, consume whatever, hopefully wise thing about testing that I try to share. And you're not in a lead magnet or a lead funnel of some kind. You just get to come on and hang out and talk directly with me. It's sort of unfiltered. So, goblins could show up and be goblin-y and say things that might upset some people. But that's kind of the fun and the risk of streaming. Streaming to Kick, Twitch, and Facebook. Or not Facebook, YouTube. I want to stream to Facebook as well, but they have new restrictions where I need more people to follow me, which is fine. If they ever made it free to stream to X or to LinkedIn, I'd do that too. I'd stream everywhere just to be a maniac. I do need to find a better way to consolidate my chat, though, because that's becoming painful, is the fact that I have a consolidated chat through Streamlabs that I can see, but when I want to respond to somebody or do any admin or anything, I have to have all three chats open, the pop-ups open. So I do the pop-out chat, but digression. Digression. Wonder if, hold on. Yes, here we go. We'll do the browser scene. Makes it a little easier to see what's going on here. So, yeah, we're going to do a demo of testers.ai today. And hopefully it's going to work. And we kind of talk about the implications of this, of using testing agents to test your site and your app. And we're going to be testing Twitch itself. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll get banned. Maybe Twitch will ban me for pointing like testing agents at the platform. I don't know. Anywho, without further yapping, let's actually run. So we'll go into, I'm running a VM. So thankfully I have a pretty beefy GPU and CPU. OBS looks good. I'm not dropping frames. From what I can tell, performance seems pretty good, but I'm just running so much crap. I'm running OBS VLC for my music. I mean, I'm just a maniac. I'm a full-blown maniac. But again, if you want to go interact with Jason, you could go to his LinkedIn page here, which you can find on his X page as well. He may be on other stuff. I'm not aware. Again, just reach out to him. Go to testers.ai if you have more questions about this. I'm not an expert. I am not sponsored by testers.ai. I am unsponsored. Unsponsored by anything. Who would sponsor this? But let's jump right in. Okay, I have to remember what I put here. So we're running Ubuntu Desktop 2404 LTS. Yay, I remembered the password. Let's go in here. So I've got, at least for Linux, when you, and at least at the time that I downloaded testers.ai, you just get a zip file for the self-hosted, which honestly was perfect for me. You are going to need to uncompress that, obviously, and then make testers. You're going to do a cmod if you're on Linux, and I'm assuming OS X as well. You're going to want to do a cmod to make testers executable here. You are going to also need to get, you're going to need to put in your sudo password here. So that's why I personally use, I trust Jason. I really do. I trust Jason. I promise. But it just felt, it felt a little iffy for me to put my actual real sudo. So I used a password that I use in like a lot of software testing stuff to set up this VM instance. I'm sort of happy how it seems like things are running well. I'm running this VM fairly beefed up, but I do have, I think I have like 64 gigs of RAM. I forgot how much VRAM I've got, so I'm just giving this 6 gigs of RAM, I think. And I forgot how many cores, but I've got, this is a pretty beefy setup that I got just before the chip shortage, thank goodness. So it's not the top of the line, but it's gonna get things done. I would like to get a capture card so I could do things like this and run a different computer, but we're not there yet. But as I continue to do more things like this. So if it remembers, yep. So you can point it. You can point it at any page. You want to give the command test. I think if you testers help, it'll tell you all the other commands. Pretty sure. There we go. Yeah, it's going to give you, wait, no, not valid. Let me go to the README so I'm not a liar. I swear I prepared for this. Okay. So here, we can actually read this too. Testers AI, it's an app. Okay. It is an app. It's an advanced AI testing tool utilizing AI testers as personas to test and provide feedback on an app. Testers AI app has a number of useful features broken down as commands that are documented below. Here we go. We get into the installation requirements. We won't get into those. There's some stuff about usage. Yeah, you can have testing teams in the paid version. Looks like test and check, and I'm guessing those are the same thing, the free version. Team. But did I need to do a ... No. Okay. If one wishes to use their own public LLM accounts, then all one needs is their API key. Currently, Testers AI only supports Anthropic, Gemini, OpenAI, and Azure OpenAI. And then it's got examples of flags you can do for that to set your API key. And I don't have one yet. I probably should pay for an API or pay for service and get an API key for a service. Because what does happen sometimes, I think this is running, where this is running off of, there's sometimes that the model's not available to you. And you can reach out. Okay, so this testers. I just wanted to show some of the features here. You do have to mention a command. Whoops, hold on. I'm smart, I swear. So like for this one, let's say we wanted help. We wanted to understand test. I believe we can go like this. Okay, and it gives us all the wealth of help here, which I will dig in probably in the future for more demos as new versions come out. I'm guessing activation code is when you pay Jason and the team their monies. You can give the name of the app, and I think that'll make your output better. You'll get better results. Or just labeled results. You could tell it where to store the data directory. A label for the pages being tested. Okay, interesting. Skip mobile. Responsive, so test at multiple viewports. That's nice. Auto accept cookies. Animate, show animation of AI agents during testing. So I guess if you're trying to run this, if you're like self-hosting and running this in like your CI or something, you could take animate off, or you can just take it to save resources, I'm guessing. Oh, you can do a custom prompt. See, now I'm learning things. You can give it a target name. And again, I think this is all useful for the actual reports that it generates. So if you wanted to hand these off to a stakeholder, you could have it be nice and pretty and say the names and things like that. Let's see, max steps, max tests, skip cache, utilize test caching, skip check, do not include the standard URL check. I wonder what that is. Test file, JSON file containing array of test descriptions to execution, test prompt, execute single test mode with specified test name. Yeah, oh my gosh, there's like so many features. It's again, you can name the model, the temp, all kinds of stuff here. I mean, header. I haven't played with any of this stuff. I haven't even played with headless. I should probably try headless one of these days. So we'll play with these commands if there's time. We'll just run it. So the goal here is we're gonna test Twitch. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I obviously haven't pointed this at Twitch yet. I pointed in other places like the Blaze demo site that Blaze Meter offers, but I've yet to point this at like a site where I could possibly get in trouble. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I mean, I have an idea of what should happen. And I forgot, is he still advertising like a time frame? Because I was gonna start a timer if that was true. Not to like take him to task, but just be like, oh, if they said like 8 minutes, I was going to be like, okay, let's put 8 minutes on the clock and see. All right, so there's no advertisement. It just looks so weird. Oh, it's perfect though. It's beautiful. This is like your most bare bones Ubuntu desktop LTS. Which LTS stands for long-term support. I couldn't get away from Windows fast enough. Nothing personal. I'm just so done with the jankiness of Windows. You have so much more control over your operating system and updates. Isn't Ubuntu? It's just the operating system. So Ubuntu is Linux. So quick history lesson. Back in the day, there was Unix. Before time began, there was Unix. And then, essentially, you can think of Unix... No, Linux is... Well, Linux is more like the base of an operating system. Kind of like Windows. There's all the different Windows variants. There's different variants of Linux. Ubuntu is probably the most popular and the most widely maintained. And so there's this idea that there was Unix, and Unix split off, and that's where you get Apple's operating system, and you get really Linux and all its variants. So at one point, Unix was one thing. I'm assuming Linux is all about UGC, then isn't... Oh, UGC. Then isn't there? I don't know if I'm talking about the OS Bible right now. Yay, Linus stepped forward to his console and wrote the first bash command for Linux. I'm assuming Linux is all about UGC, then it died. Oh, come on. This stuff is important. This is probably your future. I'm dumb. It's like my brain, UGC. Do I need to Google that? I feel dumb. Tell me what UGC is. But while you're doing that, I'm gonna fire the tests. Here we go. Oh, user-generated content. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that then. I'm not sure. Because I don't know a lot about user-generated content. But let's fire this. We're going to hit the enter button and see what happens. And again, all you really need to do, as far as I know, is sign up, download this, unzip it, and then make the testers. You got to CMod it, at least on Linux. Okay, it's hitting Twitch. Hopefully, there's nothing inappropriate on Twitch's main page if you just hit it. I'm so scared now I'm going to get in trouble. All right, it's testing Twitch now. I think it's doing a mobile test now on the side. We're doing the testers for Twitch. We're doing their job right now. Well, the AI is doing the AI assistants are doing the job. All right, it's working. It's working. So if you see this, as far as I know, that means everything is set up correctly. Because I had some compatibility issues with Pop! OS. I wanted to run this on Pop. I could actually point it at your stream. I can give it a deeper URL. Ooh, accessibility issues found. Unclear video error message. Uh-oh. Ambiguous ARIA label on Twitch home. Like, uh-oh, Twitch. Should I send these to like maybe to Melky? Who would be the best to send this to like troll? Melky's the only one I know that's a dev that also streams. Look at the little agents. And so obviously I think some of this is, you know, theatrics. They want to show the agents moving around. They're not really moving around in that sense. I'm guessing they're using like Selenium WebDriver or something. Console log issues found. React router. So this is something I learned. It looks like Twitch has a React app. Web GPU context creation failure and adapter available. Resource loading failures. Too many requests. Deprecated software. WebGL fallback. Web playback error. No playable format. Failed to load resource. That may be due to something else, but no networking API issues found. Okay. There are some privacy issues. Potential third-party tracking and data collection. Missing or inaccessible privacy policy. This is all really interesting. Again, I think I should find somebody to send this to. I might find it interesting. Responsive issues found. Missing left navigation menu. Is that just because of the aspect ratio? Does Twitch not have a navigation menu? It does. What you talking about, Willis? You sit on a throne of lies. Oh, am I not on YouTube right now? It says I'm live. Not showing anything. Well, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. Oh, there I am. I guess I am real. I'm a real boy. I thought I was on YouTube. Okay, it's still working. Persona panel feedback submitted. Responsive issues found. Missing left navigation menu. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure. Oh, there you are. No cache AI test. So I'm assuming too, if you rerun this, it's going to like cache tests. It's probably going to give you different feedback. Like the idea that you might make changes and fix your page and then rerun this, I'm guessing, is kind of the feedback loop. Well, I'm guessing that just is the logical feedback loop. Mug man. So it's generating tests that might be unique to AI. This will be really interesting what kind of tests, because it can't log in, but you could still do a lot on Twitch without authenticating, right? You can still watch stuff. I don't want to click around. So it's generating AI tests right now. Or automated tests, I think. And I didn't look at those when I demoed this. All right. Still going. Generating tests that might be more interesting than most. That's neat. Generating basic tests. It'd be kind of... I wonder if there's a flag to tell what kind of tests. So are these... I guess I don't know. Are these tests all just manual tests? What do they mean by AI tests? Because we'll find out. We'll go into the output and see what it looks like. Your ads ended when you got too focused on your... Uh-oh, sorry. I screwed it up. I screwed everything up. Your friend had to tell you they were over. Wow, it's really generating... Yeah, it's fine. You're on YouTube. You know what? No ads on YouTube. At least not for me. I actually prefer... If I'm watching a streamer on Twitch and they restream to YouTube, I will keep their YouTube stream open. But then chat in Twitch. Like, I'll keep Twitch and YouTube open and watch. watch on YouTube, but then leave my the chat pop-up open for Twitch. Uh-oh. Are you going to try to, like, write something to yourself? Okay. So it's showing us our test cases. Search for a game category and verify live stream results. This test verifies. So it's executing them. Interesting. Is this where it's going to splat, though? Oh, boy. No. Generate test case file, executing test flow. Thanks, Aiden. Fox, the quick jump fox, the over dog lazy. Over dog lazy. Now it's searching. Well, that's okay. That's really interesting. So it's putting in a context that would make sense in this case. Putting in League of Legends. Navigate Twitch, input League of Legends in the search bar. Now need to click the search icon. 2 3 steps done. Click the search icon. And so it's trying to find a League of Legends stream, making sure that search works. A little basic. Verify the top results are live streams from League of Legends. They are, so search filtered us relevant result. Top results are live streams from League of Legends. Hey, that would be a valid test. You would maybe want to feed it a list of all the most important. I don't think I can. I mean, I could write my own test to do this, but I'm not sure how I would nudge this agent to do that. This test verifies search functionality, so it's trying search out again. I have completed 0 of 2 steps. Navigate to the given URL. Yo, what's up, Shimmy? Welcome to the stream. We're demoing AI testing agents, and we're running them against Twitch to see what the kind of tests that it writes. This is from testers.ai. If it's something you're interested in, you can go to the page, you can download this and run it yourself. Just be wise. I mean, I still don't know. I don't think I'll get in trouble. I don't think I'll get in trouble for doing this, for running these agents against Twitch, but we'll see. No, I mean, Twitch's recommended thing is weird. Yeah, it is kind of weird. Yeah, Shimmy, I don't think that's such a okay. It's this could really get us off the rails, but that's fine. Yes, you could totally go on holidays. I think that at least for testers, the role, it's not that we're going to lose our jobs for software testing. I think that we're going to have to shift our skill sets, learning how to tune, AI agents, how to manage them is really going to be more important. Understanding how they work. I'm actually taking a machine learning course myself right now because of that. I'm a software engineer in test, so I write software that tests software. Insert reference about AI taking over the world. Yeah, I mean, that's also possible too. Eventually, these we could have an agent that's capable, that's hooked into some system, that's capable of killing us on accident. I think it was Max Tegmark said that if AI does kill all of us, it's going to be more like the fact, if you want to lay a foundation for your house and there's an ant pile there, you don't like hate the ants. It's almost that the ants just aren't at your intellectual level, and so if you pour footers and concrete over the ants, that doesn't mean like you have any malice towards them. They're just in your way of whatever your objective function is. That's probably likely what's going to happen to us. At least just the McDonald's across the street. I don't know. I'm kind of down with AI taking over McDonald's, making it run better. A test automation engineer about the course you mentioned. Is it online? Yeah, I can. Well, it's like a self-led course. I actually have a Google Doc that I have with all the info in it. Let me see if I can find that, because this is just still running. But yeah, it's kind of like a self-led. You do Google's courses. Let me see if I can find it. without jacking up the stream. Yep, and it's gonna jack up the stream. Hold on. It's not your fault. I think I can make this publicly available. Let me see. Just behave. Like, be nice. Here we go. So this is a learning roadmap. There was an original tweet that I hope... Let me see. Oh gosh, this is a mess. Okay, and I'll give you the original tweet if it still exists too that I started. But I've been kind of seeing the writing on the wall. Okay, yeah, let me give you... First I'll give you the original tweet, and then I'll give you access to... let's see, you're on Twitch right now. I mean, I've been a test automation engineer as well, but let me drop... boop. So that's the original tweet that has really good advice. And then I kind of created this weapon. This doesn't offend anybody. Weaponize autism. Let me look at sharing really quick. I want to make sure anyone that has access can view. Okay, here we go. I'm going to share this doc with you as well. Anyone can access it. Why do you have a sort of command prompt open? Because I do command prompt stuff. Because I'm in Linux. Here, so here's the doc as well. You can skip ahead in it. It's kind of a big mess because it's a big... I should probably get a shortened URL. And then we'll get back to this because Twitch got a C-, which I think is pretty awesome. So Twitch got a C- from the testing agents. And you know what? I'll show this doc too really quick while we're already side tangenting here. Let me drop this over here. I think there's a question too. So this is my well, no, like your command prompt is like always open because you're always doing stuff in Linux, like your terminal. Just the way it goes, bro. So you can kind of skip ahead here. I need to do a better job. But this is like my personal machine learning roadmap document. To do lots of stuff, like to do updates, to run commands. Like I run an Nginx server to restream. I run a local one so that the platforms don't know I'm restreaming. So like that's an example. I run Nginx from command line. Run lots of stuff, pretty much lots of stuff command line. But here we can... Gosh, I'm in light mode, my eyes. But we could quickly look at this. Yeah, exactly. See, Shimmy knows. It's how you're gonna do everything. Hacking the Pentagon. Yes. No, it's a lot of times here, I'll open my term. Like, it's very unexciting stuff, but like here, that's how I start my Nginx server, or I do a lot of stuff with Git, so I'm doing Git fetch and, you know, all this stuff. I mean, doing stuff, like installing things and creating directories, running Docker. I mean, what am I, yeah, I was trying to run testers here. So yeah, like all that stuff. Get my 18-euro raise for nothing. That's right. The McDonald's or the Pentagon. So yeah, if you want to check this out, you could really skip ahead to curriculum if you already feel like, but what I was trying to do too is have something I could go back to and read and get the basics down. I'm also taking I'm taking another course too for, but really this is self-led. If you go down, it really leads you to other courses. Curriculum's probably the important part. Wow. Important part. I would really... You want to strengthen your Python? So most people that are good in Python will knock out this Udacity course fast. But I think it's good to get a foundation. You're going to need to learn Python if you don't already know it, Shimmy. And then take the prerequisites to the Google Machine Learning Crash Course. Hopefully these are all up to date. It's been a while since I've gone through it. But like Intro to Machine Learning, NumPy, Pandas. Then you could take the Machine Learning Crash Course from Google. And all of this stuff is free. That's the crazy part. Like, I think you could become a machine learning engineer, at least on the side, or at least have a really good understanding of what machine learning is that'll be useful as machine learning becomes embedded in all our jobs for free. It just takes time and investment. But yeah, taking the machine learning crash course from Google, and then I would suggest doing the stuff from Kaggle, like the intro there, the intermediate, and then doing the Titanic challenge on Kaggle as well. Then there's many more courses. I believe, again, these are all free. They're from the top universities. I apologize if any of these links are out of date. I haven't updated this part, but I believe all of these are free, and the top universities probably grant funded, I'm guessing. You can't raid me. Well, I should be allowing raids. I don't think I disallow raids. I'm pretty sure I don't. But, and again, some of this I took literally verbatim off of that tweet or post. And then I went and found the links myself. So if any of these are not up to date, just ping me or leave a note here. I think you can leave notes. Yeah, and this is just, again, this is just good advice from the poster is, you know, work on real problems. I would suggest that with anything. Like I'm learning Godot for game development. Work on real stuff. You can sit and learn theory, but until you start actually working with the platform that you're trying to learn, and finding people on a community. And then also I need to start picking some of these up. Basically a stack of books that you can pick up. My guess is that probably deep learning with Python is good. That's when I want to pick up design patterns. I would at least get roughly. And then the Kaggle book I've heard about. These others are probably good too. I'm just talking about the ones I've actually, and yeah, Designing Machine Learning Systems by O'Reilly. And again, you can take your time. You can go over I'm going to keep growing this concepts section. This was mostly just for me, but it's helpful to you. I tried to make this as, I tried to make this so that anyone could jump in and start reading these sections and learn the basics without having to go grab a book or whatever. I just wanted them to go in here and be like, oh, here's the basics and in pretty plain language. And I had ChatGPT help me write some of this. Because I'd asked ChatGPT, like, explain this to me like I'm a grade school student. Like, treat me like I'm a dum-dum. Because I am a dum-dum. But you can go through here and learn about what an Mesa optimizer is. You can learn, why it's important. Gradient descent, also really important if you're going to get into machine learning. I think it's going to be important to all of us. How does it apply to machine learning? All this stuff is here. The term agentic, which really is just you're giving a model an ability to be an agent in the world. But I go through it and kind of give explanations. Transformers, also important. And we're not talking about robots in disguise. But yeah, I'm thinking about having a buy me a coffee link. If people find things like this, and I do have some repositories. In fact, I didn't publish the video, but additionally useful, I'm not signed in for some reason. Pretty sure that's the one I wanted. Oh, curses. Yes, please just let me through. Let me in. This might be interesting to you as well. I had a video for it. I'll have a proper video up for it soon. I have AI assisted code review. This one's for Playwright. But this is completely free. It doesn't cost you anything to do it, again, other than time to get set up. But will take you step by step if you follow the README through AI-assisted code review in VS Code, either using GitHub Copilot or Amazon Q, using their IDEs. And you just want to make sure if you use this at work, you need to opt out. Make sure you're opting out of sharing your data with them, because they do allow for that. But here's another link. If you want to go check that out, I should have a video. I need to basically fully reshoot it. I tried to take a VOD, but this is literally step-by-step instructions on how to do code review based on a code standards file. And you could totally steal my code standards file, though some of this is personal, some of this is best practices. But it's this idea that you're going to give an agent a code standards file and have it review some code statically offline, right? So I think a lot of these tools, so this is where it's like AI is not going to take your job. People who know how to leverage AI are going to take your job, potentially, if you don't learn how to use some of these tools. So let's get back to Testers AI though, but feel free to ask any questions, Jimmy. I know I just unloaded the world of information on you, but I just wanted to make sure I shared some resources on kind of where I feel like some of the tools and opportunities are with using generative AI to help you be a better tester, not necessarily take your job or turn it. It should be like an enhancer. It should be enhancing your ability that is already there. It shouldn't be replacing your ability to think, but enhancing and you can offload the menial things so that you can think again more high level, more design, and less like I gotta write all these like manual tests. Like here, why shouldn't you have something that generates a bunch of manual tests? You review it, make sure it's good, add the few things you think it missed, and then the same with automation. Like it should be more like you're basically managing the AI agents, and that's what this is about too. Here, let me get back into this. Okay, so let's look at the report. Again, I ran this against Twitch using testers.ai, and Twitch got a C-. Not so good. Not so good. So let me get a little drink of water, and we'll go through this report. And then I'll kind of talk about my thoughts about this. I'd love to hear everyone else's thoughts. It took quite a while, but Twitch is a complicated site, so I'm going to give them a free pass there. Twitch is pretty complicated. But this, at first glance, is like, this seems like magic. And you've got, as you can see too, we've got links up at the top. We can go to any of these sections, but we'll go through the full report here that it generated. And you could give this report, I'm pretty sure, to, again, any stakeholders. I could provide this to someone at Twitch if they cared. I'd be like, here, you got a C- for Twitch. There's room for improvement. So the app's homepage represents a concerning picture of overall quality. Uh-oh. The presence of unknown vulnerabilities in the Amazon IVS Player SDK immediately raises security red flags. Furthermore, the lack of a clear privacy policy impacts GDPR compliance. Users are also experiencing resource loading failures. Well, I don't know if that was something to do with this running in a container, to be fair. Furthermore, let's see about that. Users, okay, we already talked about that. Video playback errors, no playable format, web GPU, context creation failures further degrade the user experience. Usability suffers from unclear video error messages, ambiguous ARIA labels on the Twitch home link, and missing alt text on images. Naughty, naughty Twitch. The missing left navigation menu compounds the layout issues. That, I would say, because it technically, let's pull up Twitch really quick. Oh gosh. This might be a mistake. Light mode. So they've got navigation right here. Like, what are they wanting? You've got browse. You've got this. Did they want this here, or is what they're expecting? Twitch is a video page. Like, it's a streaming platform. What are they expecting to show up here? I guess is my question. Because it's technically got all the live channels. If you're signed in, it's really going to be the ideal experience. But everything you need to do on Twitch is here. You search for stuff. You browse for stuff. I mean, all this is sort of tangential. It's not really the main thrust of why you're on Twitch. You're going to come here and you're going to be into a game or some sort of content, and you're going to want to go through this. So I don't know. So best aspects. While the report highlights many problems, the app is at least attempting to use video, which could be engaging for users if it works correctly. Also, the bug data is available, which helps prioritize fixes. Interesting. Areas for improvement. The use of vulnerable components poses a significant security risk. Multiple usability and accessibility issues create a frustrating user experience. Resource loading failures prevent users from accessing the app's content. Again, I don't know if that's something that happened because, it's kind of like side loaded. So I don't know. Quality summary. So it took 1.94 seconds. Is that what it means to... deep dive in the app's homepage reveals multifaceted quality problem. So I guess that player is flagged for known vulnerabilities. It's a security risk. Yeah, again, I don't know if that just has to do with the fact that it was using probably in like a container and using Selenium WebDriver, and I'm guessing Twitch has some stuff to stop bots from scraping that page, so it could be something else there. So the They suggest you conduct a thorough security audit to identify and address all known vulnerabilities, so that seems valid. Implement comprehensive error handling and monitoring to detect and resolve performance bottlenecks. Prioritize usability testing to identify and fix user interface and user experience issues. I think most people would say, yeah, Twitch might have a user experience issue. Oh my gosh, what happened? My chat just caught up with the with reality. That was weird. It just did like a full bore I don't know, something goofy happened there. Maybe I was offline for a while and I didn't realize it. Says I didn't drop any frames though. So establish ensure compliance with accessibility standards, WCAG, to make app accessible to all users. I have no doubt that Twitch likely has real accessibility problems. Establish a robust process for updating and maintaining third-party components. Priority improvements. Upgrade the Amazon IVS Player SDK to the latest stable version. Well, you think that Amazon would be on the latest since it's their platform. Implement proper error handling, retry mechanisms to mitigate resource loading failures. So there was a too many requests. Again, I wonder if that's something where it's trying to prevent bots from scraping the page, so you don't like view bot yourself or something to get views. Investigate and resolve the root cause of web GPU context creation failure and adapter. Okay, provide clear and informative error message for video playback errors. Ensure that all images have descriptive alt text. That's probably a real thing. And all interactive elements have clear and unambiguous ARIA labels. It seemed to really get perturbed by the ARIA labels. Restore the missing left navigation menu and ensure it's consistent. I think that's BS because it has, again, Twitch has everything it needs in regards to how that page is supposed to work. I don't know what else it should have. Browse and then the channels you're following and then suggested channels. Issues found by AI testers. So we've got our 3 personas here, right? No, we've got multiple personas. Okay. And then we'll look at the functional test. I need another drink of water, though. Ah, sweet, delicious water. So we've got Alejandro. And again, it looks like it just tested the home page. It didn't go any deeper there. Unclear video error message. Okay, we heard about that. Yeah, and again, I would be, with this one in particular, I would be really cautious about running it against something like your job, like your employer's page. I'm guessing, so I do know the CEO and founder of this app, but I'm not sponsored. His name's Jason Arbon. You can go to testers.ai and get in touch with Jason. But yeah, I think it's good for personal projects. I'm gonna keep toying around with it. Oh yeah, cheap viewers, sweet. What if I want expensive viewers? Cheap viewers on Streamboo. But yeah, I agree, Shimi. The Testers AI, it is, I think, something you would point towards a personal project for now. I don't know if, like implications to letting your job know. I mean, if you worked at a small company and you just let them know you want to try this out, I'm sure it's okay as long as you don't have any sensitive or PII. You're in a pre-prod environment, I'm guessing. Additionally, one little thing while we're talking about this, something you can do is you can use free tools to do things like this very statically as well. Like you can give ChatGPT a screenshot of your app and ask it to look for errors and problems, and it'll find things. It'll find misspellings. You can give it access to like the page source, as in like you just give it a dump of the DOM and say, hey, look for problems in this DOM, and it'll find. I mean, there's so many ways you can use generative AI to assist you. Again, you're the driver, you're the oracle, and you're managing these agents. So we've got Abdul, which brought up the SDK thing, resource loading failures, which I think are just something that Twitch has in to get rid of bots. Deprecated WebGL fallback. That's interesting. Multiple instances of automatic fallback to software WebGL. Again, imagine giving this report to like engineering team, or even maybe sanitizing it a bit for the things you feel like aren't as important, and then being able to provide this just by running these agents kind of feels like magic. But it is a lot of, at least with this case, it's a lot of signal noise too. So I think this is a case where you'd want to still have a human go through the results, and make sure everything is valid to the team and the use case. Because again, I think that side navigation is BS. The page works. The Twitch homepage does what it's supposed to and has the things it's supposed to based on how it's used. I think I don't understand what else it wants. But that, WebGL fallback, that could be something that the dev team would want to look into. I'm assuming they'd be aware, but who knows? Missing or inaccessible privacy policy. So that's also something I would think, a fundamental requirement for GDPR compliance and transparency. They don't include obvious links, not be easily found, indicates significant oversight in communicating how user data is handled. Oof. I think we all know Twitch might have a problem with that too, likely. Missing left navigation menu. BS. Sorry, Adila. I think you're wrong. Or Adila. I think you're wrong. I think you don't know what you're talking about there. And obviously these aren't real people. These are just personas given to agents. AI generated functional test results. Search for a game category and verify live stream. We watched this one. And can we replay it? What happens if I hit this button? Oh, interesting. So it's walking us through its results. It searched for League of Legends. The test passed because it found the top results. Okay, it's going to keep rolling that. Search for a popular game title, which isn't that what it kind of did? Didn't it just kind of did like the same test twice? It's really one test with different permutations. IMO. Search for a popular game. Yeah, kind of. This is interesting. I don't know how useful this is. I suppose if you're completely new to testing, you're like, oh, these are the kind of things I'd want to do on this page, I guess. Because what's it doing in this case? The play button's neat. I do like this. I hath returned. You were supposed to raid me. Never mind, I'll leave now. Bye, Frightful. I wish I had more coffee. All right, so it's looking for, is it looking for League of, it seems really fixated on League of Legends. It seems to be a big, yeah, it's kind of like, it acted like it generated 3 tests when really it was 1 test. Like it searched for League of Legends and made sure the results were valid. So that's a little strange misnomer type thing, but it would be a good place to start. Again, this isn't something I'd want to show to stakeholders. They'd be like, why are there 3 tests doing the same thing, acting like it's one multiple tests? Feedback summary. Overall score, again, it got 3 stars out of 4, or a C-. It's a good starting point, but needs some work on usability, accessibility, accessibility, and content relevance for certain users. Well, it's tough to say. Content relevance is like going to be tied to your account and probably cookies and things. So considering this is probably starting in a fresh, we have to determine, like, is this a good first look for someone who's completely new to the platform? Because that's the persona of the user, right? They're first hitting Twitch. They don't use Twitch or haven't, and they're going to use it for the first time and go to the page. Does the page lead them to the places we would want them to go? Does it help that persona, right? Visual design is modern and engaging. There are some things that should be fixed and added. Okay. It's like a C- isn't the same. I feel like 3 stars, like I said, is a C, because 4 stars would be a B, 5 stars would be an A, or S class. Visual design is visually appealing with a dark mode interface, but too much going on at once makes it hard to focus. This is the point of Twitch, isn't it? You're just trying to get you to constantly engage with it. Usability, mostly intuitive, but accessibility could be improved. Some elements are difficult to use on certain browsers. Okay, because it ran through, I don't know which browsers, but yeah, it ran through multiple browsers. Sorry, I've got allergies so bad right now. I want to blow my nose. Content quality. It's varied and up to date, but filtering and discovery could be improved. Oh gosh, you just hit a sore spot. Discovery could be improved to help users find relevant streams. Yeah, is it? Tell me about it. Tell me about it. I'm streaming right now, and well, not that my content's any good. So we got individual. Too many elements. Run it on TikTok. I should point it at TikTok, but I think you need an account to hit TikTok, don't you? So I'd have to. I'm not sure yet how to give the agent like a way to authenticate. That might come in the future, because like a page like Twitch you can kind of hit publicly, but I think TikTok you have to authenticate to even interact with it, I believe. He beats seppuku. So Sudoku's just as good. We got Aisha Khan. Interesting that they're. This is really interesting. Maria's 17 and she's. So wait. Is this like user feedback as if people were using the page? This is really interesting. So this is Aisha Khan. So they've got these personas using the page, I guess, and giving feedback based on their experience. College student studying computer science. She enjoys gaming, especially RPGs and strategy games. She's active on social media and loves watching live streams and esports events. I find Twitch pretty cool. It's easy to find the streams I'm interested in, but sometimes the recommendations are off. That is very true. They browse live channels and search for specific game streams. Their suggestions show recommendations based on my favorite games. Improve the search function to find specific streams easily. I think those are real gripes. That's a little creepy. Like, I could agree with that. David Chen. David is a software engineer who enjoys watching streams in his free time. He is interested in technology, gaming, and learning new things. He prefers a clean and efficient user experience. Well, you are at the wrong place, buddy. Twitch is not a clean and efficient user experience. Twitch is decent. It's not as user-friendly as I'd like. There's too much clutter. Finding specific content can be frustrating. I think that's actually true. I think that, well, I don't know. I think discoverability is still the main issue on Twitch. Like, if you're trying to find, there's no novelty. They're going to really push like the most popular stuff, and there's not going to be much novelty there. But maybe they're working on that, right? And I'm sorry, I'm so congested. I'm trying to look for something to blow my nose. Because I blow my nose into my sleeve. So their suggestions are simplify the user interface. I actually think that wouldn't be a bad idea. I think Twitch could use a little simplification. Maybe a little bit. Enhance filtering options for content. Improve search functionality. I think these are relevant. High school student who loves video games, Maria Rodriguez. Enjoys watching casual gaming, especially when streamers interact with their audience. I try, come on. OMG, Twitch is like my main social life. I love watching my favorite streamers and chatting with everyone. It's so much fun. She follows her favorite streamers and participates in live chats. Maybe some more interactive features in the chat. I think they've got interactive stuff in the chat. And then you can print the report. Let's see what that looks like. Is that can you do a PDF? Yeah. So again, you could save this to a PDF and edit it. If we have the source code, if you go to the HTML, you could modify the source, but you could save this as a PDF and provide this to a stakeholder. Again, I believe these are all clickable. So it didn't generate automated tests as far as I can tell. It just generated manual tests. Is there anything else under data that could be useful to us? App. This would be today. Pages. Home. So it tested the home page. We've got images of all our testers. Interesting. We've got videos. That's empty though. Full report. Replay. Okay, so these are just resources for this. This isn't actually. What if I wanted to reopen this? How would I do that? What if I lost track of this report? Is there just a HTML? Is this what I would open? Oh boy. I don't actually know where I would open up this report then again. Like if I close that and lose track of it, where is that? Oh, if I was smart. Hold on. I'm not smart though. So this is in pages, home, so it's app, pages, home, full report.html. Okay, let's. Bleh. So was that page is home, and then there should be a full report here. There's a full report.png. Yeah. There's full report.html. See, I thought I tried to open that, and just now. Oh, okay. So it was, it was opening it. It fires like a little dialogue. Yeah. So Twitch got a C-. Should we run this against one more page while I have time? We could close this guy up. Where should we run this? Should we try TikTok? Will it even make it? Well, there could be some inappropriate things on TikTok. We could get in trouble. Where else could we point this while we have a chance? Like, I don't want to get in trouble. Maybe just point it at YouTube? We'll point it at my page. Let's self-dox. Or, we're not self-doxing. So I'm trying to think of other pages that could be interesting. Where else can we point this at while we have time? Thinking. Really, again, I want to caveat, it was really hard to get this to run, only because I wasn't on 2404. I tried to get it running on Pop! OS. I tried to get it running on other versions of Ubuntu. In fact, this, I don't think 04 is like the current LTS. I might be wrong there. But, like most people have. I tried to run this on a couple different things. But obviously this is free. You can't complain when it's free. Not allowed. I think YouTube might be too much content there. We could point it at Kick. Oh man, where do I want to point this thing? Oh, my stomach. I hunger. Let me see. We could point it at X. Let's do Kick. Let's do Kick. Let's see what happens when we point it at Kick. Well, Kick might have inappropriate stuff too. I think we'll do YouTube. Against my better judgment, we'll do YouTube. Go back to our VM. So again, pretty simple. Tester, and you want to cmod to make that testers file executable. Otherwise, obviously, it's not going to work. So again, anyone who uses Unix-based systems is hopefully going to know that you need to make that executable if you want to execute it. All right, now we're testing YouTube. Here it goes. This might be a mistake. This might give me a chance, though, to get something to drink. Like refill my water while it tests the page. Can I put this on and like hide my webcam? Let me see. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab, while this runs, I'm gonna grab some more water because I'm complete, and I'll blow my dang nose. All right, BRB. All right, I'm back. I feel so much better. That was glorious to blow my nose. Shimmy says, damn, so there are real avatars actually touching stuff on the website. So at the guts of things, I'm not sure how everything works. My assumption is there's like probably some sort of app that runs that queries agents and then runs like a Selenium. I'm guessing it's using like a Selenium WebDriver to interact with the pages. I think the personas or the avatars are really just to put a name to probably each like function, because you know you can write, where agentic AI you can write lots of features or functions and let generative AI choose which one to use to solve the problem you gave it. So I'm guessing it's something like that. I bet you there's a bunch of functions written, and then each agent is allowed to access certain functions, and it's really just, it's to put a face on each expertise area is my guess. And I just took an electrolyte too, and so I got the electrolyte. The electrolyte burps. Gosh, I'm so sick of these allergies. So it's still running. Let's see what's it done so far. Wow, it has a lot. To be fair too, I think there's some. It just look ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, again, I think part of it's theatrics. You could show this. You could show this to like someone, a shareholder. Or you could show this to someone who's, you know, you're trying to sell this service to or whatever, and be like, look at this. Look at these agents going and doing stuff. And it technically, again, I think it's like one app running queries and probably has multiple functions that were built for it. Okay, it's going to try its first test, which this should be interesting. And I do like it kind of gets on a relevant track here. The tests that it ran against Twitch were kind of so. It was like the same test, and it wanted to act like it had written 3 tests. Like, look, I wrote 3 tests for you. Like, no, you kind of wrote 1 test, and you acted like it was different each time. I think Aiden is suspect, but it is neat that it gives you a place to start, right? Right, is it not able to interact with the navigate to YouTube? Okay. Enter Despacito into the search. Yeah, it's probably, my guess is it's using like Selenium WebDriver or some way to interact with this page. You're probably giving the, oh sweet, we got the Despacito chicken song, the Gecko remix. I know that's a sponsored ad on top of the thing we want. The search results displays the music video Luis Fonsi Despacito featuring Daddy Yankee is the top result. The test is successful. Well done. Again, it's running real tests against your page. If you're starting up something new and you want to just point this at creating search for popular music video replay video. I think that's the one that I was replaying when you go into the results. All right, Aiden, search for a scientific topic. Okay, a very scientific quantum entanglement. Oh, Aiden has some sophisticated taste. Okay. It's going to search for quantum entanglement. I would be curious, like, why don't you click on other things, like click on shorts? But maybe, again, since this is free, it's trying to just give you a place to start. They should be testing, like, the suggestions, too. Like, are all those suggestions relevant? Is that the best video to show? Is that the video we expect to be shown when this topic is queried for? Things like that. All right, test completed. Primarily contain videos related to quantum physics and explanations of related scientific concepts. But they're always going to give the sponsored ad on top, which your mileage will vary there about how relevant that is, right? Or whether it's even intended to be relevant. Here it goes. It seemed like it took longer with Twitch, but again, there's more going on Twitch, and it's weird that it doesn't show like any of the default carousels or anything. Start watching videos to help us build a feed of videos you'll love. Yeah, and this is a completely clean He's gonna look for ASMR videos. Again, you'd think some relevant videos would be like, click on some of those other buttons. Click on shorts, subscriptions. Click on you. Where does it take you? Oh, this is your dangerous territory. Testers AI looking up ASMR. But I mean, just imagine as this gets tools like this, apps get further, this is going to start getting crazy. And again, it's going to get to the place where understanding how these apps work and how to tune them and understand when results could be bad, understanding what the tools are good or bad at, so that you know what's good for humans to do is going to be important. It's going to be further and further, more and more important to understand this. Okay, it's still running. Once it gets through these, it's going to report a generation video, complete final replay video, and it's going to generate our report. Deduping issues. Remove 3 issues, double checking. Yeah, and that forbidden is probably, again, it's probably a measure to keep bots from hitting YouTube. If we were really working for YouTube, we would have some pre-prod that would allow us to point like testing agents at it, likely. Suggestive, sorry. Okay. Too low priority bug, redundant request to generate 204. Yeah, I bet you a lot of these are just anti-bot stuff to keep stuff from like keep view bots from working on the page. So I think this idea like it found all these things and then it's trying to triage them and consolidate them down into meaningful bugs. All right, we got our final report. Flippin' sweet. Yeah, it was a little faster. Seems like it was a little faster with them, but I also did more yapping. And it's going to show us. I think it's screenshotting this whole report. Quantum entanglement. Popular music video. ASMR. We got our personas that are going to tell us what they thought of the app. Okay. Cool. Okay. Now we have our results. Let's try to quickly go through this. And I do have to go. I hate being congested. It annoys me so much. So it also got a C-. I believe it was the same score. I think it's the same score that Twitch got. Several quality challenges. Performance is hampered by redundant generate 204. I think that's just the fact that they don't want bots looking at videos. Security misconfigurations are evident through resource loading of 403. Again, I think that's anti-bot stuff. Or anti... Because it's probably Selenium WebDriver, and they're probably like, hey, I don't want Selenium WebDriver hitting my YouTube page and giving fake views and stuff. They're also mentioning GDPR again. The app potentially violates GDPR by collecting data through if test finish, set grade C-. It would be interesting to point at a page where it'd get a better grade. I'm sure it's giving a real grade. I mean, accessibility is lacking, missing text for logo and unclear focus order. Addressing these issues is crucial. Application is attempting to provide an interface, said the bug information is available. Areas for improvement has multiple critical flaws. I feel like this tool is probably not great for these type of pages when you're testing as an external user. There may be a way to like embed the proper cookies and probably disable some of the anti-bot stuff. I'm guessing that a page like YouTube or Twitch would have. Though we actually saw the cards on Twitch where YouTube was just like, I don't know who you are. I'm not going to show you any videos. Like this seems like bad usability. Like in fact, if I just go to youtube.com, like you should show them something. This is kind of this is a really bad user experience. Like I'm completely new to YouTube. You don't try to show me anything. You're not even going to try to show me like Mr. Beast, or why not show like your safest content? Like have a carousel here. Like this just seems like total garbage user experience here for a brand new user. Just because you have no data on me, you're not going to show me anything. This is kind of trash. Like at least Twitch, not that I'm like a fan of Twitch either, at least Twitch tried to show me some stuff. Like, hey, here's some places you could go and watch things. Like, it has no idea who I am. right? It maybe has like my global IP or something. It at least tried to show me stuff. Like people are playing Night Rain. So you know what? I think Twitch should have a better score. Because right away there's stuff to interact with. You go to YouTube, it's like, I don't know who you are. This is a terrible user experience compared to Twitch. Because at least again here it tries to think like, hey, most people are going to watch a really popular streamer, want to watch a popular streamer play a new game. League of Legends seems really popular. We've got our best just chatter, like best Call of Duty or top rated, and then top rated IRL. We're going to at least show them, and then we're going to show them that there's categories. I think this is way better. This is such a garbage. This should have a worse score. This is a garbage user experience. So now I'm going to have to what? Click on these things? Do I even get shown any shorts, or you do the same cop out? Oh, so loud. Plus, we just don't want to get in trouble showing someone else's video. Yeah, I think it's kind of a trash. I'm interested that found it interesting it doesn't talk about that, because at least Twitch tries to get you into something immediately. I'm so sick of having these allergies. But anywho, let's quickly go through this report because then I gotta go. So again, I think a lot of these issues are tied to the fact that they're going to keep bots from watching videos, would be my guess. Resource loading, again, that's kind of it's kind of like a red herring. Missing accessibility label for a microphone icon, that might be a legitimate problem. And it does give you, I don't think we noticed this before, but it does give you this confidence rating, like how confident it is that this is a problem. And then what it feels like the priority is. Yeah, I think, like, if there's a where's that microphone icon? Do we get an image of it or anything? Can you show us where it is? Add an ARIA label or title. Search with voice. Yeah, because that's like an accessibility problem. If someone's searching with voice, they probably are using other tools to interact with YouTube. And this is going to keep them from properly having their screen reader read it. What? Hold on. My kids. YouTube will give you nothing if you won't sell them your soul. Yeah, that's just such a trash user experience. That's such garbage. Well, even just from like a marketing standpoint, if I worked at YouTube and saw that, I would bring that up to my dev team. I'd be like, this is really garbage for someone completely fresh. Just because we don't have info on them, we're not going to show them anything. Show them something. Show them all your top, like, most. Again, you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings or offend them. Show them the most innocuous but popular content and put it on a carousel. Be like, these are things that everyone likes. You're probably going to like something. Here's our top gamer. Here's our top, I don't know. Here's our top, like, science person. Show something. There's such an incredible laziness there that just really surprises me. Yeah, I think the 403s are kind of just red herrings there. We got our quantum entanglement tests. We already looked at those. Popular music videos, ASMR, we already saw those. It's neat that you can do a little playback and watch it. The persona feedback is interesting. The primary purpose of YouTube homepage is to encourage users to start watching videos. Very true. To build a personalized feed. It also provides navigation key areas such as home, short, subscriptions, view, and history, and prompts users to sign in. Yes. And they want to collect data on you. Yeah, but AD 2025, they have zero competition. Yeah, it's true. So they can, I mean, most people going to YouTube aren't going to be like completely brand new to YouTube. It just seems like such garbage to be like, okay, if someone is using like a Tor browser or a completely clean instance of a Chromium browser every time they hit YouTube, we're going to show them nothing. I don't know. It just seems so terrible. And say what you will about Twitch. Twitch at least goes like, I don't know, here's a bunch of people who are really popular in our top categories, and you might like them, and we won't really know until you sign in and you start following stuff or telling us what games you like. But we're going to try to show you something. Like, just from a design and usability standpoint, it's like Twitch wins there, where YouTube's like, I don't know who you are. Try. So overall design, it got a 3. Visual design, it got a 4. Usability, it got a 4. And content quality, it got a 3. Which again, I would give it even worse in content quality. It gave us nothing. More suggestions based on trending topics. Right there. It got it. It actually got the problem that I found as well. Where you should at least, have some trending topics that are safe, and if you don't know if it's a child watching or whatever, have this like curated, very non-offensive, popular content and put it there. At least have something. That seems like such garbo. All right, we've got Aisha again, but now we've got Rob Miller, who's 65. He looks good for 65. And Samantha Sam Jones. Finds YouTube to be a valuable resource for her film studies and creative pursuits. She appreciates the vast library of content. Search. Let's see, what are suggestions? Create a section dedicated to film education. It might already be. Implement more advanced search filters for educational content. It would be nice to have like an educational version of YouTube. I heard that TikTok has that. Like, I don't want to be suggested any trash. I want to learn. That would actually be kind of nice. So Rob's a retired engineer. What are his suggestions level? Fast forward. Simplified interface for beginners. I mean, how much more... again, how much more simplified do you want than this? Oh my gosh, it actually showed me videos. It's because I'm interacting with stuff now. I wonder how... why it's showing me stuff now. So, okay, this is what I would expect to see. At least try. Try to show me something. Sure, show me... I don't know who FaZe Rug is. I know who Dream is. Yeah, try to show me something. Like, guess at least. That's interesting that now it did. It's like it heard my complaints. It's probably starting to... It's probably because cookies. It's probably starting to collect cookies. Like, oh, we've got some creepy information. They search for a Despacito video. We'll show them these things. Larger font sizes. That's interesting. Guided tutorials for new users. I think that's no. The font sizes, I guess, I don't know. I can't. Am I zoomed in? No. And then Samantha suggestions. Offer exclusive content for popular influencers. Isn't that what they're already doing? Implement more robust comment filtering. I'm trying to think. YouTube's comments are pretty terrible. Like, from a standpoint of if I respond to something and then somebody responds to me, it gets like lost in this void of death. That's just my experience. Yeah, so that's the report for YouTube. Probably not good sites to point it at. I'm thinking maybe like e-commerce stuff would be better. Anything with like video content where they're worried about bots, I think is always going to score low because the videos probably aren't going to play. As new versions come out, I'm going to keep playing around with this. So let's drop out here and shut this VM off because it's sucking up my resources. Let's shut you down. Yeah. Power off. I don't know. I thought that was kind of cool. So like my overall thoughts on that. I'm trying to think of how do I feel? How do I feel about this? Let's see. Let's get testers back up here. Again, really quick. You can go to x.com, go to Jarbin to interact with Jason Arbin and see his posts. You can also go to LinkedIn, LinkedIn/in/Jason Arbin. You can go interact with Jason there and connect with Jason there, and you can see my personal messages on the site. Yeah, you can go there and interact with Jason. You can go to testers.ai and you can download this and try it yourself if you want. Additionally, if you want to learn about AI-assisted code review, I have that repository, which I've posted in chat. I can post it again if it's useful to anyone. I will have a video soon, I believe. I just need to reshoot the whole thing. Yeah, let me repost this link. If this is useful to you, we'll post it in all the platforms. It's going to show up multiple times here because I'm dropping it everywhere. No, thanks for hanging out, Shimmy. I am live Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Mondays 11 a.m. Eastern time. Sorry, I know you probably have to convert. I'm guessing you're because you mentioned euros, so you're probably not you're probably not in the United States. But Wednesdays, I think it's 9 a.m. Eastern time, then Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Yeah, sorry, I know. I maybe I should just start using UTC. One quick thing that's neat, if you notice over here, you see a Mortal Kombat 1-Up cabinet. I picked that up on Facebook Marketplace, so I'll be posting about that probably on X. I'm going to be doing a mod of that so I could play more games for my kids. We just want to put classic arcades, but yeah, I picked this up and I just couldn't resist. I need to build a riser and stuff, so I'll probably be posting about that. Yeah, again, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I wish the times could be normal, but work. I do have a day job. Do I think there's anything else important? Yeah, I'll be back on Wednesday. Don't know what we're going to do Wednesday. I want to start vibe coding. I have this idea for a game that teaches you like testing concepts through I know this is I'm totally like ripping off because I've been watching Adam's streams on for Skeleseller. But yeah, I've been getting into the idle genre, and I got this idea for an idle type game that teaches you concepts about software testing. No, I appreciate it, Shimmy. I really do appreciate that. If you're not here, it's okay. I don't take it personally. Again, quickly, the reason that I'm doing this is because most people in this field that are content creators, influencers, I don't even call them content creators, but they're people in this space that are well known. I know of like one person that does live streams, and everyone else does webinars, and webinars are designed as a lead magnet or a lead funnel because they want to collect your information and they want to sell you a product. I wanted there to be a space, whether I'm doing it well or not, I want there to be a space to talk about software testing and quality, and now we talk a lot about machine learning and generative AI because it's part of our field. But some space to like talk about it, build a community, hang out without having to go into some weird sales funnel. And a lot of those people are good people. They have good products. Jason's one of them. But I felt like there wasn't a space where people could have more open conversation, explore cool stuff, try out new things, do it live. We'll do it live. And kind of have more open discussions and less canned interactions. Because webinars tend to be really weird. Like, it's question time now. Now it's time. We've got someone ask. Shimmy the dev is asking. And it'd be your real name, right? Like, I do have a Discord. It's not very active. I should be better about it. But there's my Reddit page, which Reddit is kind of dying. But I do have a Discord, which I can get a link to. It's not very active now, but I want it to be. I've only been doing this streaming around software testing content for a few months. I've been streaming in general for about 6 years, but I keep changing accounts. But let me get, feel free to join the Discord. I guess if we start with one testing person, there are other people in there. They're just mostly my friends. I'm not gonna lie and pretend that I've got a bunch of these. It's pretty much all just my friends in there for now. Former coworkers and things like that. But let me get an invite. Feel free to jump in. Make sure you accept the rules. It's just to be polite and be nice. Don't be a dummy. Let's see. We're gonna delete that too. But yeah, I'll get a link to the Discord. And yeah, feel free to hit me up on there with questions. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'll create an invite now. Doop. Drop it in here. Yeah, my goal here is honestly just to create a testing community that is not tied to the traditional. Sorry, you have to see it 3 times because I have to post it everywhere. But yeah, hop into that Discord if you want. You can interact with me directly there. Ask questions. I can post more of these links. I tend to do stream announcements when I remember from there. That's what I'm hoping to do. Hoping to build like an online community that uses modern tools to interact instead of like Zoom webinars and LinkedIn. Nothing. I mean, I'd stream on LinkedIn if it didn't cost money. I'm not going to spend any money on this right now. I am under no delusion that this could be my full-time job. This is like a side hobby for funsies. And that's why it's always funny when like those people that are selling some affiliate thing, like, oh, you know, I have an affiliate network of streamers and you could grow. It's like, I don't care if I grow. Yeah, you have to have, Jimmy, you have to have LinkedIn Premium, I believe. Like, you have to have whatever their paid thing is to stream there. And they have a lot of restrictions, too. And I mean, again, if it was free, I'd totally do it. If Facebook didn't have restrictions, they've got restrictions right now. I don't have enough people following me on Facebook to be allowed to stream to my page there. But I do have a page there under Boomer Tester. If you look up Boomer Tester, I'm on most things. I'm on TikTok, actually. If you go to TikTok and look up Boomer Tester, I just repost Twitch clips there, though. I don't have any like original content. YouTube, obviously, /@ Boomer Tester, Twitch, Kick. I'm on X. What is my username on X? Yeah, at Boomer_Tester. If you want to follow me over on X, that's something you do. And Facebook as well, if you just look up Boomer Tester for some reason. And it actually helped me, but not required. But yeah, no, I appreciate you hanging out. I'm hoping now that I'm coming back to be more consistent that some of the folks, and also thanks to Frightful for hanging out. Frightful's the usual. I think Frightful's like my original follower. Yeah, we have a few folks come hang out once in a while. Once I'm consistent again, I'm assuming more people will come hang out. But yeah, hoping to have more interesting testing content soon. Hoping to shoot that YouTube video. Hoping to show interesting things like this. Like, I think this is important. I think it's important to stay up to date on these sorts of tools because this is our future. Like, this is, whether we like it or not, tools like testers.ai is just going to be something we have to live with. And if you don't, you know, if it doesn't feel good, it's okay. We're just going to try to learn how to leverage these tools and do the best we can and shift those skills, like skill up. Follow that guide that I've got. Learn Python. I don't know. I think it's really just going to come down to making the cutover is going to be about learning these tools, learning how they work, and getting proficient with them. Because companies are always going to need an oracle. They're going to need someone to be like testing whether the AI's results are good. We can't blindly. There's too much risk inherent to using these tools unchecked and unmonitored, at least for now. Who knows what the future holds, but appreciate you. Have a good rest of your day or evening, and I will be back on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern time. So thanks for hanging out, and I will talk to all of you hopefully soon. Well, on Wednesday. I gotta get back to work.